Welcome back one and all. My name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, the Triple Crown run. Where we left off last time, we were about to head off to Burial Isle. I realized that Warhammer Total War is coming out tomorrow, and I kind of want to be done Pillars of Eternity before it comes out. I usually only like having two games going at the same time, so with any luck I will finish Pillars tonight. We'll continue on with our Doom, and we'll start Warhammer Total War tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see. I am super excited about that game. It got amazing reviews apparently so far. They are, of course, game company reviews, so I don't know if I fully trust them, but you know what? Even if only half of them are true, it looks like it's still quite a good game, all things considered. I know there will be some reviews up by actual users and players tomorrow before I get off work, so hopefully I'll have a full understanding on what I'm getting into in terms of Warhammer Total War. We are now at the Burial Isle. This is where we are supposed to go down into the pit. Oh, I don't want to go back to Old Song. There's a ghost. A spooky...
I remember when I was a girl, and the missionaries came and told us about the gods. They said we could see them in the stars.
Yara looks off in the distance at something only she can see.
I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort, because I wanted to see them better. That fort burned down a few years ago, when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
That fort had outlived its use. It was a false sense of security. No, it was that, for me as much as anyone else. Seeing it burn, it made me think. She looks at you. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? It's been through worse. I try to remind myself of that. It's nice to have the reinforcement. I miscalculated
many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
It is a good thing.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf.
She looks off again.
I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Thaos is doing. I will need allies. Allies on a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
You can feel the words formed long ago rising in your throat like a toxic black bile. Have you thought about Oceanus?
Oceanus.
Or Oceanus.
They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
Maybe, but probably not. But maybe. Alright, so there are ghost fights in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. In fact, there's a feral druid right there. Oh, the game is lagging. Whoa, that is a lot of dudes. Okie dokie. There's two feral druids actually. So let's let's get some stuff going here. That specter's almost dead. There's two specters in the back, which we should probably kill. And you are in a great position, actually. Burn them all with holy fire. Let's kill the shadow. Oh, I forgot all about our monk for some reason. Alright, fight's pretty much over. That was not particularly hard.
I didn't think you had the nerve.
Alright. Gathering up some free loot. And then we'll head further in. I'm going to try and finish this game tonight. There is still quite a lot we have to do in Sun and Shadow. But that is the last thing I think we need to do in the game. Our levels are pretty well maxed out, with the exception of our monk. And our... oh no, wait. He is leveled up.
Hey there.
Whoops. let's gather his last level too. Oh, I should probably spend this on something. Sure, stealth, whatever. Doesn't matter. He needs offensive abilities like Scion of Flame is okay, but it's not great for him. I could give him a defensive ability like Deflection straight up, or Mental Fortress so he doesn't get dominated or frightened, or Body Control. Actually, let's go with Body Control. I don't want him paralyzed as much as possible. Let's do that. That sounds good. Now, where are we? There's a spirit thing up here.
Silence surrounds me.
We're gathering up souls, apparently. Here comes another two. There's a shade up here, though.
Kill them all!
But it's gone now. Oh, there's more. Oh, we stupidly mind controlled it, which stopped us from killing it. That is the only minorly annoying thing about that dominating scepter, is that sometimes during a fight, it will dominate the thing you want to just focus fire down. Oh, that's a swamp lurker right there.
That one hits.
I'll teach you a...
Let's cut her off. Try not to waste any big spells, although we do have our per use spells, I guess. Or per encounter spells.
Show 'em!
Our main tank can pretty much just kill all of these groups by himself, really. I mean, his defenses are really, really high right now, and his AoE damage does quite a lot of damage. But we don't really want to risk too much. Might +3 amulet. And garbage. We should probably be checking for loot everywhere, actually. I wasn't really looking as we walked up here. Let's go take a quick look. Can't hurt. We might get some stuff. Holding down the tab button. There we go. See, there is something we missed. $700 that we'll never use because there's no more stores. The Grotto of Echoes. It's so pretty in here.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
There's something here, though. Camping supplies and junk. Alright. Let's check over here really quick. There might be some loot or things to kill. So our monk is the only character in our group that is not level 16 at the moment, which is fine. There's no big deal about that. It's not a huge deal.
Keeping an eye out.
And this leads back down to the shoreline. There's a specter thing there. With a poigra, 2 poigras. Several poigras. 1 dead poigra. 2 dead poigras. I don't think they're gonna make it through this fight.
No.
So there's a door thing here. I think it leads up top, if I had to hazard a guess. You venture through a doorway into an underground tunnel. A staircase coils upwards, leading to a dim passage. On the upper level, light filters through the collapsed ceiling. A wall of piled stones and rubble blocks the way ahead. Let's clear it away. You wedge your pry bar against the large stones and put all your weight into it. Your efforts dislodge the boulder, and it rolls free with a heavy groan. Other slabs and chunks of debris begin to break away. The massive pile creaks and rumbles, threatening to loose 1,000 pounds of stone around you. As the debris tumbles down, you lunge through the narrowing gap. However, Treva isn't fast enough and disappears beneath the falling rocks. She emerges from a cloud of dust, hunched over and cradling tender ribs. Light breaks into the tunnel up ahead. glowing brighter as you continue. Soon the passage ends, opening up high on the cliffside of the burial isle. So she has hurt ribs, which is -4 constitution, which is kind of devastating, but that's a lot of guys. Alright, we actually may need one particular spell in here. And then we'll also get ourselves some tentacles. Right there. An instant cast tentacle spell? Wow. That was fancy. And you do your thing.
Well,
And then you... I want you to kill that one.
I can't move.
And then that one. And then that one, I guess. Kill that thing. I don't even know what it is. Don't really care. It's a specter. Not you. You kill. You can stay there, and you can stay there. All right. I don't know if this is meant to just kind of annoy us, because that's all it seems to be doing right now. But regardless, we're almost at the top. Oh wait, did we get any dead bodies over here? There's a skeleton. Quickness bracers, and then some junk, and camping supplies, which we don't really need. Although maybe we should rest really quickly. And then we'll rest for, not beasts, but spirits. Eventually we'll switch to vessels, because vessels are going to be what we're going to be fighting later on, but for now it seems to be spirits.
What is it?
And we'll grab those. Gets rid of the broken ribs, gets her constitution back up to snuff. So let's move on. I just want to check up here if there's any loot to be had. If not, we're going to continue out. And by out I mean down into the actual depths. Also, there's a cutscene here we missed. People are getting burnt at the stake. Not exactly the ideal situation for any believer, but you know what? It happens. They should have maybe been a little less high key or better defended. Here we go. This is it. The way down into the depths. There's Thaos there.
Another turn, Inquisitor.
Thaos signals some unseen attendant standing beside a large crank. That is Iovara.
I ask again, Yara Exensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
He waits, but Iovara only stares straight ahead, her face stony, the creak of her restraints the only sound.
Do you confess to apostasy?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
She opens her mouth to speak, strands of thin spittle spanning from one lip to the other like a spider's threads.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this heretic?
Thaos pauses, his eyes narrow.
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Thaos purses his lips.
Only my truth, then.
Iovara seems to look directly at you.
Another turn.
Thaos nods to the Inquisitor at the crank.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are ready to give a confession?
Thaos signals to the Inquisitor to the hold.
I'm ready to hear one from you.
Iovara gasps for breath, gathering up what little strength she has left to speak. Thaos shakes his head and points at the Inquisitor, and the scraping grind of rusted gears echoes in your mind as the apparitions fade away. And that's it, guys. We are ready to go down. A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Wodaka. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so you catch flickers of ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. Did we actually pledge to a god? We didn't! Oh, I'm such an idiot. We didn't choose somebody. We're gonna choose... I actually want to choose one of them in particular. Which one did we want? I think it was the chaos ones. No. Or no, we can go down there. We have the followers still already. Okay, we're good. Never mind. We're not going to pledge to any of those gods. There is a god, however, we will pledge ourselves to coming up in the future. Just to see what happens. Let's jump into the pit. You jump, trusting in the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong but chaotic. You find yourself drifting towards a wall. Let's try and take control of the souls to guide myself to safety. Concentrating, you focus on the essence around you and knit it together in your mind. What was a jumble of souls becomes a single entity, coordinated and purposeful. It steers you to safety at the center of the pit. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position and the rate of your descent. You start to feel more comfortable until you notice that Treva is still falling too fast. Treva plummets, flailing and out of control. You can attempt to rescue, but the ground is approaching fast. It will take a feat of speed and agility to avoid injury. Whatever, we'll try and help. The ground is rising fast, and you're not quite fast enough. You snatch Treva out of freefall, but you're unable to regain control over your own momentum and time. You take the brunt of the impact, landing hard against the millennia-old stones of the Court of Penitence. Okay, we'll take the high-level version, because we might as well. We are high-level for this area. And we're going down into the pit. Bum bum bum.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Alright. Chapter 4. We got a bunch of experience for that. We also took an injury. What was our injury? Bruised ribs, -4 constitution. Of course. We always get bruised ribs. That seems to be the only thing we take. Luckily we didn't land on a spike. That would have been way worse.
There's something ahead.
Shit. Luckily, that did not hurt. Anything else here we should probably know about? Any more traps that are chain lightninged? No? Okay. How far until our monk levels? She's not going to level by the final fight. There's no way.
Got it!
Okay, you three kill that one, you kill that one, and you guys kill that one, except for you. Go kill that. Oh shit. Not too worried about these little fights. Everybody kill that one now, and then we'll kill the last Spectre, who doesn't appear to be that much of a threat. Hey, no, 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 don't. She's not our real friend. Just kill it. Or he, it, whatever it is. He, she. Her, whatever the Spectre is, the undead entity.
It's finished. Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Let's watch out for traps.
Eyes and keen ears.
One dead. Next one.
No
Third one.
prisoner!
That Adra Animat's gonna get wasted. You guys can't get into the fight anyways, so go fight that one.
No prisoners!
I'm still a little bit sad our rogue ate it so badly. That was brutal. Although our monk is pretty good, I'll give it that.
They won't see me coming.
Shades, specters. We can probably fight them in here.
I'm here.
Probably best to fight them in here, actually. Oh, paralyze. Not cool, guys. We have our fireball power.
Would.
And next one. And then the last two. Wait, there's still one? No? Oh, stunned.
Kill them all!
And the last one. Done. Alright. This is... The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. Moveses? Jesus. I can talk gooder today. Alright, so first room cleared out.
I see something.
Giant trapped. Disable. Any more traps? No?
Kill them all!
No. Block that one. Let's get ourselves some more breathing room.
That looks like it hurt. How about we take a...
Oh, that's beautiful, actually. Let's put him right there. Right in the middle of everybody. Everyone does that one. And everyone kills this one. Oh wait, that guy's not dead? I thought for sure that guy was dead. Okay, there we go. Now they're all dead. Or now he's dead, I should say. They are not very... They're very resistant to our guys' explosion damage, unfortunately. You two kill that one, you three kill that one, you guys kill that one.
Spot on!
And then the last one. Super-de booper UBT. I should not have driven 5 hours today and then done this.
Yes.
That's okay though. We're gonna get through
Of
this
course.
with the minimal amount of talking possible, apparently, because talking is not my forte today.
To whispers and shadows. Where there's a pick, there's a way. It's finished.
What is this? Exceptional mail. Garbage. I don't want your garbage loot. Now what's in this room? There's a thing with $700 more in it that we're never gonna use. Alright. Cutscene time. A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its ridged layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade, as though you had adjusted to its intensity. and where it was Yara seeps into existence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison air floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There was a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy where flames once lapped, unhealed even in depth.
So my love returns to me at long last. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
She looks us over. It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Thaos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Thaos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wadaka and to blame Animancy for the damage he has caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
She shakes her head. You knew me when Thaos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life of you, of the Inquisition, of Thaos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Yavara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of you, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
She sighs.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And how did you discover this?
The Nguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Nguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. And who created these gods, and what for?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Thaos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Nguithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
This is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed. That I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
Is it true, what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Thaos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
You feel the weight of Yara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then the only value is in the things we create ourselves.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
I don't think it makes much of a difference either way.
I often wonder that myself. If things had gone differently, if the world had taken my faith instead of the Inquisitor's faith, would it truly be what I had envisioned?
Probably not, in all honesty. It really wouldn't have been.
I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had all just happened. Your capture brought me glory.
Was it really all for that? The esteem of the Inquisition?
Yara stifles a small, relieved laugh.
Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Yara blinks, as though awakened from some frightful dream. Because I doubted you? I needed to know it wasn't because after everything you'd learned, you'd still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
Of all that I loved you for, it was your righteousness most of all. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
It wasn't me who made that choice. I bear no responsibility for it.
At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Thaos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Thaos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Whitaker is eternal. They linger above, at the site of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle.
That's grim.
This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition. But time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Thaos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then?
The other gods aid me because they want Thaos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you repent? You could be free.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life, but that trial was my one moment of certainty, even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right.
She gives a faint smile.
The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
Okay, I'm going to pause the video here, and we're going to continue right after this. We're just at 38 minutes, so it's getting a little bit long, so we'll split this one up into two back in 1 second.